Hello everyone, we are at the Stitch e-commerce Elevate event, and if you can't tell, it's buzzing. It's been a great day so far. A lot of people getting together, and we're just sharing insights and perspectives around e-commerce. And joining me, I've got Nicola.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm doing so well. Thanks for asking. Thanks for making the time.
No, of course.
To chat to me. And you are currently the e-commerce manager at PrimeSelf.
I am, yes, that's correct.
Amazing. And you've been there for?
Going on 5 months. So still quite new, still quite fresh, but loving it.
Amazing. Tell us a little bit about PrimeSelf. What are you guys all about?
Absolutely. So yeah, PrimeSelf, I'll just give a bit more context behind PrimeSelf. So I work for a company, well, PrimeSelf is part of it, but Prime Health Holdings. So we have PrimeSelf as our one brand, and then NeuroActive is our second brand. And yeah, I'll speak more PrimeSelf for this. So it is a health-based supplement brand. We sell a whole bunch of really, really great natural supplements, from a range of nootropics to things like gut complex. We have a protein powder. We have our Prime Day and Prime Night, which is just your all-in-one, great supplement. I don't even know what to call it. But yeah. So that's essentially PrimeSelf, healthcare supplements, innovated by nature, backed by science. So
amazing.
That's all the tagline.
I mean, nature and natural products are obviously growing within the market. People are more conscious about what they're putting in.
Yeah.
And from what I'm hearing you say, you guys are trying to keep it as natural as possible.
100%. Yes, we are. I think that is a big priority of ours.
So being the e-commerce manager, obviously you guys are then selling online.
Correct.
And I'm assuming you're all on retail as well.
We are.
So knowing that the South African, market penetration is about 7.5% of all consumers, that's the amount of people that actually buy online. My question would be, on the e-commerce side, like, how's things been over the last few years? Like, I'm assuming a lot of people complain about the economy, and I'm just curious to know how things are going.
No, they're going incredibly. Last month was one of our best months to date. We had a record month, seeing really steady growth with the brand. Overall, I think it's doing super well. And we can thank our incredible marketing team for that, and lots of efforts that go on behind the scenes. But yeah, we're doing great as an e-commerce brand.
So what I'm hearing you say is that the people can be optimistic about South Africa, especially the e-commerce landscape?
Absolutely, I would say so, based on what I've seen.
There's a lot of people out there who probably want to start online, and they want to start their own businesses, but they probably don't know where to start. So my question would be, you guys looking at what platform you're using. People always ask Shopify, WooCommerce, Magento, Wix. Just out of curiosity, what's the platform built on?
We use Shopify. Love it. I've worked for a couple brands before this, and all of them are Shopify. And honestly, in my experience, Shopify is incredible. I've worked briefly with WooCommerce. It's not my favorite. Shopify, it's just really easy use, really interactive. Conversion rate is really easy to track. Analytics in Shopify are great as well. The builder is wonderful. I have no complaints.
Almost like very intuitive.
Yeah, 100%.
And when you think about Shopify, we have seen, I don't know if you've seen this on your side, like there's just a natural higher conversion rate compared to WooCommerce and other platforms.
Okay.
And I don't know if you guys have picked that up at all, if you've seen that in your hindsight experience.
No, I haven't. I didn't really deal with WooCommerce that much. It was more, if anything, it was more our B2B platform that we kind of used for WooCommerce. So, but that's really interesting to know, and good to know that we're on the right platform.
100%. And alongside that, there's obviously various apps that easily integrate with the platform as well. So just out of curiosity, like, what are some of the favorite things that you guys use within the business?
Sure. We try and keep it lean. I think I'm going to start with that. I think I really am someone that wants to avoid app bloating. I'm a minimalist, and so only using what is really essential, what either converts or saves time or increases revenue, are top priorities. So I think in terms of favorite apps, the one I'm loving right now, I just implemented, and I think we only went live with it last week. It's called SmartBot. So it's an AI chatbot that we've integrated into our website, and it's a little personal shopping assistant. The back end is wonderful, so easy to train the bot. It's very much built within Shopify, so you don't have to go to another website to do the edits. So loving that app. Trying to think what other ones that we've implemented recently. none really come to mind. I mean, I know Omnisend doesn't count as that. That's just tech stack. So yeah, I would say SmartBot is probably the favorite one so far.
But let's talk about Omnisend, because at
That's-
the end of the day, like that's an email tool. It helps you broadcast emails to your database as well as automations and so forth. From my point of view, we've implemented that. We're actually affiliates of Omnisend, so I love it.
wow.
I'm trying to not be biased, but I mean, Klaviyo is also a great tool to use,
That's
especially
great.
when it comes to email and automations. But I think a lot of people underestimate how much revenue is left on the table by not implementing a tool like Omnisend or Klaviyo when it comes to emails and automations.
No, absolutely. I mean, I can attest to that. We have a really good collection of email automation series that go out, doing a lot of A/B testing, which is so easy on Omnisend. But yeah, just having a look at the revenue that our email automations alone bring in month to month is incredible. And then yeah, not like to touch on campaigns as well. I mean, the drag and drop builder, super easy, really great to build. And campaign emails, they still do really, really well. And I think it is not something that should be overlooked. Yeah, it's a really powerful tool.
A lot of people, at least the people I speak to, when I tell them to do email, they go, but I don't have a lot of subscribers or people in my actual list. So my question is there any list building initiatives that you guys use at PrimeSelf in order to grow that database or not?
I mean, I think it's pretty much just those who come onto the site. We push a 10% off when you sign up. And that is honestly where most of our signups do come from. First time purchasers want a little discount when they can get it, and we offer it. And yeah, I mean, it works really well. Our welcome automation series, which provides that discount, does exceptionally well. So it's just a pop-up on the site. It appears once, and once you sign up, or if you don't want it, it doesn't appear again, and it does really well. So that's it.
So email is obviously one of your acquisition channels from the sound of it.
Correct.
What other channels are you guys exploring at the moment?
We use Meta. We run a lot of ads through Meta. It's quite funny. We get a lot of people that know the brand or know when we tell them that we work for the brand. They often mention how they see us everywhere. So our Meta ads are doing really, really well. And yeah, performing well in terms of metrics as well. We also do Google ads. Those also do really well. I'm not the one that runs them, so I can't give you the exact numbers, but they perform well. And we're looking into TikTok ads. So
That was actually going to be my next question.
okay, yeah, no, that's TBC. It's in the works. Yeah, hopefully in the next month or so, we'll have some TikTok ads up.
So you've got email, you've got paid acquisition channels like Meta and Google Ads. Do you guys do anything from an organic standpoint, like content creation?
Oh, absolutely. We have our marketing manager who's in the crowd here. She is the one that heads up that strategy and the more organic side of things. And yeah, we have a variety of brand ambassadors and people that just love the brand and want to promote it. So we get a lot of UGC through those people. So our social channels are a big part of why we're doing so well. Those organic social channels, and then SEO, also organic one. I haven't dived into that too much just yet, but yeah, gonna look into that soon. Yeah.
Great. So it's safe to assume that you guys are doing email, paid acquisition, organic content, etc. My next question is just on the site itself. Like a lot of people underestimate how powerful small little changes on the site can actually be. So my question is anything that you've learned over the last, few months at PrimeSelf, but also in hindsight in your career that has made massive differences now for brands?
Yeah, fully. I mean, I think the first one I mentioned earlier is just reducing or avoiding app bloat. Don't have unnecessary apps that really aren't doing a good job. All it's going to do is slow down your website. And often most of the time, customers just want a simple, smooth, clean, easy experience. They don't want too many pop-ups. They don't want too many upsells. So I think with PrimeSelf, we really focus on just selling our product and making it really clean and simple. And yeah, at the end of the day, that's tip number one is just reduce app load. You don't need 100 apps on your Shopify store. Number two is utilize AI. Starting to do that much more now. And again, I mentioned the chatbot. It's only just been implemented, so I don't have any data to back it yet. But
if you think about it, like if you walk into a retail store, someone is going to meet you at the door and say,
Yeah.
hey, can I help you? And our jobs as digital marketers and business owners, specifically in the e-commerce space, we should try and mimic that experience best we can. And I'm assuming that's what chatbots can do for you.
Yeah, 100%. I think especially when it comes to supplements. I mean, if you're new to the supplement game, you get onto our website and we can guide as much as possible through categories and that sort of stuff. But if someone doesn't know what they're wanting or what's like exactly what they're looking for, it's a really scary environment to enter into. So the chatbot is something you can go on, just say, I mean, you can give your name, your age, that it really is personalized, and then what you're wanting to solve. And the bot will give you a bunch of products, or one or two, it depends on what you're wanting solved. And give you the whys as to why it's recommended those products. And it's great. It really, I mean, it's converted me on a few things as well throughout the testing.
You're like, damn, I need to get that.
Yeah, yeah. I was, so I take a bunch of supplements, but one of them was NMN. And I asked the chatbot, because we have NMN and then NAD complex. And I asked the chatbot which one I should get. I was initially taking NMN, and it converted me to NAD complex. And now
Did it ask you a couple of questions?
It did. And then it just gave me a whole breakdown of the comparison and like what exactly I'm wanting to achieve. And based on that, I was like, cool, NAD's it. And I switched over. So it's a really helpful tool. And it's super informative. So yeah.
AI is obviously a buzzword today, and it's just growing so rapidly, it's becoming ridiculous. So my question would be, is there any other places in the business, especially on the online side, where you're implementing AI on the marketing side?
I mean, definitely when it comes to email building, AI is always such a big help there. In terms of ideas, so AI in email a lot. And then I'm trying to think of where else we use it.
Do you use it for copywriting at all?
Yeah, but that's email. So a lot of our email copywriting, often some of our like product captions, we'll give it ideas, or we'll use the GPT, so we use ChatGPT to help, and then obviously put our own insights into there. So it's not fully AI. We use AI to guide us. We don't rely on it to run the business. We're very much still involved and which I think is important still. I think there's a fine line, especially when it comes to something like supplements, where
I think a lot of people, still on the topic of conversion rate, like a lot of people are a little bit naive, or they overestimate how many people they should be converting at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I speak to people going like, my conversion rate's terrible. And I chat to them, it's like 2.5%. And I'm like, this is actually really good.
That is great.
Like, what do you think is going to happen? And vice versa. There's people who go, I'm spending so much money and I don't know what's wrong, but the conversion rate is 0.5% or whatever it may be, or 0.2. And it's all obviously contextual to the business, the industry, the products, the pricing, and everything else. But my question is that on your guys' side, like, is there any other things that you've implemented over the last, few months that has made a conversion rate difference?
Oh, Stitch, 100%. I mean, we only
shameless plug there.
I have to. I want to become a Stitch promoter at this point. It is incredible. We've only just implemented it. So I think it was towards the end of June where we got Stitch on both our platforms, NeuroActive and PrimeSelf. Checkout conversion rate, we've seen it increase week over week at that point. And then also just general, like overall checkout conversion rate subsequently from that abandoned cart checkout. It's done so well, and it is Stitch. And I mean, looking at the Stitch backend, you can see how many users are using Apple Pay, Google Pay, and it's a really good chunk. And so I think it just goes to show that Stitch, it's working, and
people just underestimate how much more revenue you can generate if you just made the checkout process convenient for someone else.
Oh my gosh, 100%. And it's crazy. I mean, before chatting to Stitch, payment service providers weren't on the top of my list. To be honest, I didn't understand them fully. But since implementing Stitch, I've obviously had to delve a bit deeper. And I fully realized how important it is. So really, really, really stoked that we're on board with them.
So looking back at your career and having been in the e-commerce game for quite some time, there's people sitting here going, okay, cool, listen, I want to start a business. I want to, go ahead and put something online. Do you have any pointers? You've mentioned apps, obviously, as part of the conversion rate side of things, and making sure the site is fast enough and loads efficiently. But just general advice, like not so much tech driven, but just general advice for someone sitting across the table who's saying, I want to start an online store. If I was sitting across the table saying like, hey, I've got this idea, I want to start an online store. Yeah. Well, do you have some tips for me? What would that look like?
Sure. I think the first thing you'll need is a product that people want. You need to fulfill someone's desire or want or need. So that number one to starting an online store is selling something, and selling something where there's a market for it. And then I think from there, just take the step, get a Shopify store, build your site. AI is now incredible within Shopify and can build a site for you. So it's easy, it's quick, it's great. And just get up and going. Promote your store on social media organically initially if you need to. raise like a few sales or get a few sales, then put those sales, some of the budget, some of the money into a budget. And I just think take the leap, and then take it slow. Test out what works. A lot of A/B testing. You'll fail initially in the beginning on some things. You'll realize what works, what doesn't. But yeah, I think it's just taking that first step.
Sometimes the road becomes more clearer after taking the first and second step.
Absolutely.
You can't see 5 steps ahead. However, if you keep your head down, take the first step, somehow the second step just becomes more clearer.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm a big believer in just walking in faith.
Yeah, 100%. I am too.
Amazing. I think a lot of people will say, but there's a billion other brands out there that might be selling the exact same product as me. So my question would be, how do you guys find it in a very competitive space?
Yeah.
You still find a way to stand out. My question is how, and what advice do you have for other people?
That's a really good question. Honestly, I think it just comes down to transparency. We are, transparency and quality. We're incredibly transparent about our products, what's in them, where they're sourced, how they're sourced. You can find that on our social media, all over our website, on our PDPs. We really push transparency and believe in that so much. And then, of course, with that comes quality. You, through our transparency, will see how top quality our products are. We only source the highest quality ingredients. All our products are tried and tested again before they're sent out to market. So our products, honestly, I think they sell themselves. And yes, we have an incredible marketing team, and e-commerce is doing great, and we have lots of mailers, but the products it sells itself, and that's why people come back again and again and again, because it is a great product. And honestly, I think that's the biggest thing. And I think in a market like South Africa, people really value quality, they value transparency, and they just want a good product that they can trust.
I think if you had a mediocre product, all marketing is going to do is going to tell more people that you have a mediocre product.
Exactly. Yeah. So having a good product is vital.
Listen, Nicola, it was such a joy to have you with me today. Thank you so much for making the time. And I just wish you guys nothing but success moving forward.
Great. Thank you so much. It was so good to chat to you too.
All the best, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.